monthly paycheck, which is like $4 grand.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know.
I know how it goes, dude.
I moved to new places and I couldn't afford to fucking stay there. I have to explain to my dad my stupid fucking behavior, why I don't have any money. So I'm just gonna jet out of town, go hang out with my buddy for the month, most of the month, and I get paid. $4 grand rolls in, and take it home.
Yep.
Sign a lease somewhere.
I understand. Dude, I understand the situation. It's all over America, honestly. It's fucking crazy. I'm in the same place, dude. America, fake it till you make it, or just don't exist within the bounds of society on their
Yeah, the fake it till you make it is something that I've never really been into.
I've never been able to do it. That's why you don't make it. Because that's something I've learned.
I can't be not genuine.
That's something I've learned in California, dude. So I've worked with a bunch of people who have bands out there, and I go out and I hang out and I do drink and I go to bars, and it's just sort of the attitude out there is very much like that. And I'm not saying anything bad. I love California, but when you're like super genuine all the time, it's really disarming. And like with the way like people will tell secrets and do shit, and they'll use me as a sounding board all the time for it, not realizing that like I'm really empathetic, and so at some point I'm gonna blow up and just like tell everybody everything and ask about everything.
That's the thing is I know I got so much dirt on so many fucking people. I don't say shit.
Dude.
Well, I did lose it once. A couple years ago on this chick who was trying to leave her husband for me, and they were having a house rebuilt for them. Yeah, it was a buddy of mine from school, way back, his little sister. And, you know, I hit her up out of the blue after this is around COVID. A lot during COVID, during that time, a lot of fucking married couples that I knew, well, they were realizing who they married because they got stuck being around them for long periods of time.
I swear to God,
there were so many fucking girls that I knew that were trying to fuck me, that were sending me all kinds of pictures and shit, all trying to get divorced or whatever, you know. And this chick what she was planning on doing was staying with him until their house was built.
Damn.
And then fucking divorcing him, taking the house and having me move in. I'm like,
that's TV. So,
no, I can't do that
so fucking, that actually happened to my uncle.
People get killed over that shit.
Yeah, dude. So my uncle Nate, he built a house like from the ground up for his first wife.
Yeah.
He has his daughter with, and fucking, they ended up getting divorced after it was built. She took the house, and I saw the whole thing get built. It was fucking beautiful, dude. Like, and yeah, so right when I hear that, I'm just like, God fucking damn, man, it does happen. Like,
yeah, freaking. Well, I hit her up one day on the blue, and she was giving me a bunch of attitude, like, why are you trying to talk to me type shit? This is a couple months later. We had talked. And I'm like, really? You're gonna run this shit on me? I said, how about I just fucking tell your husband, you know,
everything, yeah.
So I got a hold of her brother and was like, you need to put me in touch with this dude.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And I told him everything, and fucking cops ended up getting called and shit. They came out to tell me that, if I was to fucking share anything she fucking sent me, it would be against the law, but technically, I don't see how me forwarding all her messages to her husband
against the law.
Yeah.
Or even could be, or like,
it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Not at all. And that's the world we live in today. Hurrah, hooray.
Yep.
How'd you get into Gnosticism? What led you to psychedelics and everything? Is it after employment or?
Yeah, well, I tripped shit when I was a teenager, but like one lung and shit. He had cancer and all that shit. You know, we were always playing dice. We'd go over to his house and we'd drink beer every night. He lived in my same apartment complex. Like, he was an old, he was
Or
a,
just tobacco.
oh, I'll tell you.
I don't believe all my fucking drugs, my fucking god.
But, buddy of mine that's older that I was working with as a mechanic, he was giving me some work after my girl Yulia left me. I met Ron through him. They went way back. Ron's an old outlaw. Like, yeah. And he was always fucking selling weed and shit. Well, he started getting mushrooms all the time. And I lived across the apartment complex from him. And I was over there every night anyway. So one night, I took some fucking mushrooms, started tripping balls, and then I walked home, and I just got kitten. And I fucking laid on my floor playing with my kitten for fucking like 5 hours straight, right? And then it just led to me fucking, letting me tripping all the time, and places my mind would go, and I'd start Googling shit or YouTube things and watching videos and whatnot. I'm like, wow, this is the shit that I used to think about. I didn't know that it's actually science and people are truly studying this shit. And right now in the scientific community, what's starting to happen is they're starting to find the link, the spiritual and religious link between the actual fucking science, the actual quantum mechanics and quantum theories and shit. They're starting to find a link between that and religions.
I have a book that I've been reading on the bus to get off of my phone. I think you'd find it very interesting. I can't guarantee you sadly because I haven't finished it. I'm only about halfway done. It's called The River Poet. Talks about how Israel there. He studied under Alan Boyd, didn't study under him because Alistair Crowley is secretary. And he talked about how a lot of the stuff that Alistair Crowley went into wasn't actually evil. The Christ blew it all up. A lot of it was about finding a spiritual connection between like our soul and our psychology, like why we make the decisions we make, how those things fit into our souls. Instead of studying spells to do it, or like make yourself more prosperous and be a better person. And he's written a bunch of books about it, which is super interesting. And he's also close to Carl Jung.
Yeah, I'm into all that shit.
Dude, yeah, I'm a huge Jungian fan. Heavy. I have one of his books actually in there. I thought it was in this pack. I went to read it when I was outside of meetings, and I realized that's such a cool thing. But
I'm trying to think of the name, the guy who came up with the you never die theory, but he shot himself. And his son, I forget what fucking name his son was in. 90s band, let's see if I can find it real quick here. I slit my own fucking throat 3 years ago.
I slit my wrist and I intentionally lost my fat. Yeah.
Yeah, I slit my own fucking throat. Right into the fucking, yeah. But, and so what if you're wrong? Because I believe that there is there's a general, there's a percentage, there's a chance that that one of these fucking theories is right, because nobody knows. So one of them is right. Which one isn't? Keep your fucking mind open and pay attention. You know, but when you start to see singularities and whatnot, and these
Okay,
things
so when I
together,
said that to him, when I mentioned quality of and how that was a singularity you talked about.
yeah.
Yeah. No. So, my overall belief on it, I guess that's my 2 attempts. And the second time I intentionally overdosed on fentanyl, I literally came to on ground, my friend gave me a CPR. But my whole belief is like how I always say everyone is God. I think we essentially, God that created us is kind of just like us. We're made in His image.
Yep.
And so we are every version
We are
of
the
His.
creators.
We are
We are the creators.
We are the creators. We're the dictators of this reality. That's why we have so much ability to affect it. But I think we're all different versions of His personality. Like how that you'll get different like types of a person like you. The conversations we're having, this version of you, I bet a lot of other people won't see you like this. Like this lens of you. And like you stated earlier. And so I think we're all little variants of His personality working it through so that you can experience every version possible of reality. And that's part of where we jump in and out of our brains too. It's like also playing around with more things.
Yeah, you know, every experience through a different lens.
I think at the very end, I do think you just made my think that there's an ascension, but ever since trying to take my own life, I just have this fundamental belief that like it's my duty almost, especially for people who love me, to like experience as much as I can in this life and talk to as many people as I can and just like interact as much as I can. Because I've seen how powerful like running into someone who's hearing them sing or helping them out can do it.
When it comes to the immortality theory, quantum immortality, where you are you experience everybody around you dies, but you never do. And that you end up alive so long, like I said, that you transcend or transform.
Have you ever heard of the hip-hop group out of Canada called Sweatshop Union?
No.
They talk about a lot of this in the music as well. You should listen to that. It's something you would like. Sorry, but continue.
But it's just there's other shit like how you can affect things, like the multiple slits theory, where they shine the light through the theory on. It's not even a theory; it's proven. It's the observer theory, and it just there's a lot of things that kind of point to our consciousness is more in control of what's actually happening around us than we think. And that makes me really fucking nervous because I believe in it so much that I have such fucking negative thoughts that I'm scared that I'm going to bring this negative shit to me. And it doesn't necessarily come though, probably out of the fear that I have for it to come.
So
It's keeping it from coming.
I tell everybody I meet all the time, like I'm a bad person, dude. Like I've done fucked up shit. I like will probably do fucked up shit. And so many people in my life have told me, they're like, you know how I know you're not a bad person? Because you're constantly worrying about being a bad person. Yeah. And that's like, I've never like really understood it. I think about it all the time, but it's like that constant strive to be like, I need to do good, like, and so I did go through, they call it the imposter theory, where it's like, am I doing good because I want to do good, or am I doing good because like I want to appear to be doing good? And at the end of the day, something very interesting, I was talking to my mom, she's a psychologist about this, is my mom was like, look at it this way, even if you're doing it to appear to be good, or you're doing it because you genuinely want to be good, either way you're doing good.
See, I can't tell the difference between
I can't either, dude.
Personally, so I
can't
don't know.
either. No, because when I'm doing stuff for somebody, even if I'm doing it, I'm just like, I'm gonna go do this for them randomly. I'm still like, am I doing this for them randomly because I want the recognition later or some shit like that? Yeah, dude. I question that all the fucking time. So you're not alone.
Yeah, so now you know your own motives.
I think that's part of the psyop. Like, I think psychologists become overdeveloped in terms of their analysis and their question of something. Do I have bipolar? Am I autistic? Do I have all these things?
Yeah.
And it's like at the end of the day, when you stop worrying about having all those things, and you're just like, I'm me, then I think a lot more, it goes a lot easier.
Yeah, one of my best female friends is a psychologist and psychiatrist.
Careful with those, man. The last girl I slept with, like, there, and that, sorry, employee side.
My girl Kelly, we go all the way back to like 5th grade, man. She seems to just, she gets off a little bit too much on picking people's brains and getting like dirt and whatnot and all that. She just lives for it. It's like, sometimes it's like I tell her things and she's always telling me, that she's like a safe, she's anything that's said between us, she doesn't, it stays locked, but I question that sometimes because
Always do. Because
Because-
they'll see small changes in them and how they act towards you based on the things that they learn. I have one of my closest friends, Chrissy, is like that since high school. And she's a psychologist. It's like I feel that same way. Although I used to be like that when I was younger, I was in obsessive psychology. And then I just like really Indian approach and stopped looking at specific, I call specific modern psychology. It's now very narrowly focused on like different mental illnesses. And it honestly causes you to overthink. There's like quote, sometimes thinking about your problems just makes them worse. Like if you're obsessing over them, then like if you're obsessing over having ADHD, then you create that in your reality. And so there's part of me that just believes in like the general psychology part of it, where it's like, and I like that part of general psychology. Dude, if you're doing good, it doesn't matter your motive. If you're doing good, that's putting good things into the universe. Yeah. But even now, when I'm helping all these people on the bus ride, like I'm doing sandwiches for people, doing this stuff, rolling people's cigarettes, giving them hot. Like when I'm doing this, I'm like, am I doing this to be a good person, or am I doing it to appear to be a good person? Like either way, I'm traveling around the country, doing good for people and helping people out, and that's what really matters.
Yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing, so I'm kind of running right now.
Yeah.
Just running away from the problem. Fucking,
Understanding that, holding off until you figure out a way out.
well,
We all live in them, like million lives. Help you everything through it, that's your struggle. But you'll get through it anyway.
yeah, I was supposed to have about $200 on me to last me through. Now my brother got me into fucking DoorDash and a fucking half gallon of fucking whiskey every goddamn night for the past week. So now I got $27 fucking dollars in my bank account. He's getting his taxes back and he's gonna throw me $100 back. And I gotta make that fucking stretch throughout the fucking month. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do that. Being diabetic, I can't fucking just eat anything. I can't live off ramen noodles and shit. That's really fucking bad for me. My food's a little more expensive.
Not even food, not even shit.
Not really. I'm big into food. I love eating fucking food. But freaking fruit, oatmeal, I like that.
That's
All
my go-to.
steaks, beans.
That's my go-to how I make coffee. Also, I make good coffee. Coffee, that. And then I'll put oatmeal in.
I've done that. I did
My
that.
breakfast when I'm in charge.
I tried that for the first time at my old place. I was living at a year and a half ago. I threw instant coffee in.
I know, you gotta do it. It's a great morning thing. Your coffee. And it makes all the espresso. It's like all that. Yeah. Did you watch my stuff one sec?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to get some water.
what's up.